Hi everybody, hope you're all well. By the time you watch this video, I'm gonna be in vacation. This video is gonna be about my top 5 current eyeshadow palettes. I honestly and truly get super excited when it comes to eyeshadows. I think nothing excites me more than eyeshadows. Maybe lipsticks, I don't know. But anyway, eyeshadows I love how they transform the whole look. I like how with one single palette you can, do a smoky eye, you can do a neutral eye, you can play with them, experiment with them. I wasn't an eyeshadow fan until, I had a few eyeshadows but nothing major, and I think in the last 2.5 years I became so eyeshadow obsessed that I was like, I really need to film a top 5 eyeshadow palettes video for you guys. So if you are as obsessed as I am with eyeshadows, please keep watching. I'm gonna start with the eyeshadow palette that you all probably heard of. This is the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. It's the only cool tone eyeshadow palette that I've got in my entire eyeshadow collection. Usually I'm a neutral or a warm eyeshadow lover, but that's why I wanted to mention this palette, because even though it's a cool tone eyeshadow palette, I use it quite a lot. For instance, this color here, Tease, which is a matte crease color, it's absolutely beautiful. Pistil and Verve are 2 favorite eyeshadow colors. There are not as many mattes, but there are a few, and all the matte colors are really nice. So the Urban Decay Naked 2 also contains the Half Baked, which is the color that was originally the most popular color, is this one here on the Urban Decay 1 palette. You get 16 eyeshadows on this palette, and honestly there's so many different looks that you can do. The matte black color here, which is called Blackout, is one of my favorites. It's really pigmented and overall is a really nice palette. You have a really nice coppery shade which is called Chopper, which is my absolute favorite. I've used this one tons. Moving on, I have another very recognizable eyeshadow palette. I'm not going to talk too much about this palette because I've dedicated a whole video swatching and reviewing the Too Faced Chocolate Bon Bon palette. This is the 3rd palette out of the chocolate bar eyeshadow. As always, it smells of chocolate. Again, you have 16 eyeshadows in this one. You've got a good mixture. Some are matte, some are shimmery. I know a lot of people weren't that keen on this particular eyeshadow palette because they said they prefer the first one more. And I agree with you, the first one is a neutral to warm eye. It's a very all-rounded palette. You can do so many things with it. But this one I find is as equally good. You have some pop of colors here, like the all grey one and the Totally Fetch. But I would say that apart from maybe this shadow here, which is the Cotton Candy, I absolutely love all other eyeshadows. For instance, Mocha, which is a really nice brownish matte, is absolutely amazing. The same applies for Bordeaux or Molasses Cheap, Molasses Cheap, or Almond Truffle, with which I did a tutorial. I absolutely love Black Currant, which is a purpley shimmery color, and it gives such a oomph to the eye, and overall is a palette that I really like, and I think it's versatile. You have all your basics covered, but then again, you can step it up and because you have the pop of colors that they're really nice. Now the next eyeshadow palette is an eyeshadow palette that I acquired fairly recently. It's not a new palette itself, it's just I recently bought it, and it's no other than the Stila Soul palette. Now usually the Stila packaging is a little bit differently. It's like a metallic color and it has the Stila S in the middle. I don't know why my packaging is different. Maybe it's because I bought mine not from a Stila counter but from Max Spencer's. I don't know if they stock a different packaging or if this is a newer or older packaging, but nevertheless it's the exact same palette, just a different packaging. And this is a 12 eyeshadow palette. The Soul palette is a warm eyeshadow palette, definitely. It has 12 eyeshadows. Some are shimmery, some are matte, and it's what I've got on my eyes today. You can create so many different basic looks. You've got a silver color and a black, but all the other ones are matte and brownish colors, and I think it's an all-rounded beautiful eyeshadow palette. The next eyeshadow palette, or quad if you wish, from Charlotte Tilbury, and it's an eyeshadow quad that I cannot live without. I truly love this eyeshadow quad, and if something happens to it, like I have to go and buy a new one, like this is how much I love it. I truly believe that Charlotte Tilbury is the best thing that happened to the beauty world ever since, I don't know, concealer was invented. This is no other than the Dolce Vita eyeshadow quad. This is a whole makeup look in one palette. So you've got your crease shade, but all over the lid shade, you have your enhanced shade, you have the pop shade. The quality and the formula of these eyeshadows is like amazing. Nothing compares to Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows, maybe only Tom Ford. Dolce Vita palette, I believe, is one of their most popular eyeshadow quads, and within good reason. Is the eyeshadow quad I used to do my birthday makeup look a few weeks ago, and honestly, I cannot rave about this eyeshadow quad enough. And my fifth and final eyeshadow palette comes, of course, from the king of eyeshadow, and is no other than the Tom Ford. This is the Honeymoon palette, and it was a palette that was sold out for many months ever since it got out. It comes with a mirror and two little brushes, which, as you can tell, I haven't even used. They're still on the plastic thing, but I don't want to throw them out, so I never use these brushes. Honestly, just get rid of the brushes and give us more eyeshadow. So this is the Honeymoon palette. Isn't that a beauty? I get quite a lot of product in this, so you get 6 grams of eyeshadow, which is quite a lot. So if for example, I compare the Tom Ford to the Charlotte Tilbury, you can see that almost 2 eyeshadow pans from Charlotte Tilbury is almost as 1 eyeshadow pan from Tom Ford. So the eyeshadow pans, they're quite big themselves. This is one of the only 2 eyeshadow quads in the whole Tom Ford collection that is the wet and dry formula. So basically, what that means is that you can use the eyeshadows both dry as they are, but you could also use them wet. And that means that the eyeshadows move to a whole different level. They intensify, the pigmentation gets even greater, and they can see your eyeshadows from the moon, basically. I believe this is the only eyeshadow palette or quad that I'm going to take with me on my holidays. Maybe I'll take a few individual shadows, but as a palette, I think that's the one and only that it will come with me on vacation. Finally, we came to the end. These are my top 5 eyeshadow palettes. I honestly recommend each and every one of them. They're all amazing, and I believe that you cannot go wrong. They're all round eyeshadows, and whether you're a brunette or a blonde girl, whether you like cool tones or warm tones, I think I got you covered. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done already, because I upload videos once every week, and I shall see you all very soon.